Last week, I asked you all to ask me any question that you had about PGA 2K23. I asked you on Twitter, I asked you in the YouTube comments, and today I'm going to be taking you through all of the questions that I received. Now, some of them were duplicates, so they won't be included, and some of them are questions regarding like online, designer, just things I didn't have any access to. But as soon as I can get answers for those, I will make sure to let you know. But we'll start with the first question. Any noticeable changes to my player career that you can share? So I do have a couple of videos coming out for the my career. I didn't want to get too deep into it though, because I mean, none of the progress will carry over, so I didn't want to get too deep, but I did go into it in its entirety, I would say. There are definitely some changes to it. You can add in your own courses now, but they are from a curated list, so hopefully that list stays up to date. Leaderboards are fixed. The dispersion of winners and where they finish, that seems to be a lot better this go around. Sponsorships are a little bit more streamlined. The rival system is a little shallow, but still pretty good. I think overall, like the immersion of like when you're out in the course, that's a lot better with the cutscenes with your rival and shaking their hand, and you get like trophy ceremonies, things of that nature. All that stuff is a lot better. But I think that it's going to come down to that curated list of courses to kind of keep my career feeling fresh. Does it suck? I don't think it does. In career mode, are there playoffs? Can you play with other pros or ghost balls, or are tournaments set up with variances in weather and time play tee times? So there are playoffs in the career mode. Right now, I don't know if it's by design, but right now it's just you get sent to another hole and you don't know what score the other golfer is getting. And then either you win or like the screen goes black and you lose while you're playing the hole. I'm hoping like a prompt can be given. I don't know if it's like an RNG number that's chosen. The announcers will say, make this putt to win. So, I mean, you have that, but if you're not playing with the announcers on, I mean, it can be a little confusing. So I'm hoping like maybe a prompt can be added to say you need 4 strokes to win or 5 strokes to win or whatever it may be. But there are playoffs. You won't end in ties anymore, at least. You can't play with other pros either. You see them in cutscenes, but you can't play with other pros, can't play with ghost balls, which I think is definitely going to be the next step for this mode. Kind of take us back to like the old school Tiger Woods games. I know we're like going backwards, but I don't know. I think it'd be nice to have that option. And tournaments are not set up for variance in weather. The time, I only played 1 round. I'm guessing it's not going to be any different for where you are on the rankings, but I have no idea because I only played 1 round. I didn't play 2 round, 3 round, or 4 rounds. So it might go off of where you're at on the leaderboard on what time you get. That I don't know. But weather variances, there wasn't any that I saw. The new My Player settings and attributes, how they affect player creation and club performance. I did a deep dive on the My Player. I will put a link into the corner here through a card, and also I'll put a link to that video down in the description below. I highly suggest you go and watch that because the system is very, very, very in-depth. I have seen a lot of comments for people saying they're a little confused. I completely understand that because it is a lot to take in. But once you get your hands on it and actually start playing, it becomes a lot more clear. Does this genuinely feel like a next gen release? No. I would say no. It is better. So like graphically it does look a lot better. Lighting looks a lot better. You don't have as many like really weird looking shadowing that happens on the course and on your golfer. Like for me, sometimes on 2K21, like my golfer would just be super shadowed on the front. It looked really strange and not very good. That doesn't seem to happen in 2K23. They went through and did a lot of the assets, but if you're looking for like a true next gen release, I would say no, this doesn't feel like a true next gen release. Can you favorite courses from 2K21 be imported into the new games, ideally without the original designer having to port them over? We didn't have access to the designer, but I'm going to say probably not. Usually the way this works, it always has to come from the original designer. I don't think we'll be able to port anything over from someone who doesn't actually own the course. But I mean, maybe, but we didn't have access to the designer, so I don't know. What percentage of overswing can you get? Still 105? 110. You can get 110 and the ball flies. You do take a huge hit on your tempo and the accuracy, but you can get 110 if you really want to. I think I asked on your Twitter, but will you be able to play as my player and play around against AI Pro player? You can't, unfortunately. I was kind of hoping that the option would be there, but you cannot. In the My Career, though, there is when you pick a rival, it is actually kind of cool, like seeing your rival out on the course, walking down the course with you, shaking their hand at the end. Like, that stuff's all really nice. I think the next step will definitely be to be able to play the pro golfers, like, in a round. The one concern our team has is consumable golf balls. We were worried it's going to be like WGT, and we'll have to start buying balls continually. We're all on very fixed income. That's not possible, sadly. So the golf balls are still a question mark for me right now, because I just don't know what that looks like once we get further into the cycle. I would say at the beginning, you're not going to be buying golf balls at all. You're just going to be using the default ball, because you're going to be building your My Player out. You're going to be going into the attributes, going into skills, like resetting stuff, fittings. You're going to be doing all of that at first. And the golf balls you're probably just going to use as you get them. You don't have to buy the sleeves, though. You always get the default ball, no matter what. And anybody who's played 2K21 will know you're swimming in the credits. Like, I have 80K. Like, you're just swimming in it with nothing to spend it on. This will at least give you something to spend it on, to give you what you're looking for out of your attributes out on the course. But just don't know how many coins we're going to be making, the fittings, how much that's all going to cost in total. So just don't know where the golf balls factor in here. You do get them randomly after every round sometimes. And I'm still not convinced that the legendary golf ball is going to be what everybody chooses. We'll just have to wait and see. So I don't know entirely, but I don't think it's as big as a concern as we are making it out to be, just in discussions with each other. How is Master Swing settings compared to 2K21? So I would say Master is where the community wanted Master Swing to be in 2K21. Because what happened in 2K21 was Master was a little bit too difficult across the platforms, and Pro was a little too easy across the platforms. There wasn't anything in between. I would say Pro now is easier. And also, if that is what is chosen to be played for online, no more putt previews, which is huge. Thank God the default putt previews are gone. So if they do that online, you won't have putt previews anymore. Master plays in between Pro and Master, and I would say Legend plays a little bit more difficult, especially around the greens. I think there's a good balance. I would have liked to see maybe like one more difficulty setting somewhere in between like Master and Legend. I think that would have been really good, but it's a lot better balance than it was in 2K21, that's for sure. Do you have any meaningless skill games just to get to the actual game? I mean, there's a tutorial, but no, you don't have to do any skill games or anything. You just play the game. Just do the tutorial, play the game. Are the no-name clubs better than the actual brands? Again, you can go check out the My Player video to go over all of that. All of the clubs are all cosmetic. Do I have to play for 3 years and still have nothing unlocked? So I didn't. I mean, you can unlock stuff pretty quickly. You also get a ton of stuff from the My Career, like a ton. Through the sponsorships and through your rivals, you get a ton of things unlocked to you, which is really awesome. So no, you're going to have to grind for sure. You're going to have to grind for your My Player. But overall, I don't think it'll be that bad. Is there any different swing styles, or are we all going to look the exact same again this year? We're going to all look the exact same again this year. I was hoping that with the pros, we may be able to like choose our own swing. And who knows? Maybe they just sneak it in. Maybe they've been holding on to it, you know, before the game launches. I don't know. This is a preview build that I was doing, but I was hoping we would be able to like blend some shots or have some other selections for our My Player. But no, just same swing for every My Player. Will there be dynamic weather conditions? This has been asked a lot. And no, I mean, thinking it over, it would be cool to start like with clear skies, and as you play your round, it moves into like cloudy, or maybe it starts raining or something. I mean, that would be pretty neat. to have some dynamic weather conditions. Where it sits now, though, it's the same as if it's clear, it's clear. If it's cloudy, it's cloudy. Nothing in between. It's always that condition throughout the round. How soon? Now. You're getting everything now. Are career mode schedules customizable? Touched on this again. Yes, they are customizable for all of the non-official licensed events. You can't change the name of the tournament or anything of that nature because they've made trophies for every single event. But you can change out the courses. Now, these courses, again, are from a curated list from 2K. So it's going to be paramount that that list gets updated. I know in multiplayer for 2K21, it was like once every month or once every other month that they added courses into the list of multiplayer courses. I think it's probably going to has to be a little bit faster of a cadence for the career mode, just because with the career mode, people are playing that a lot more. So I think maybe, every 2 weeks or something like that, new courses get uploaded into that curated list. Hopefully they take advantage of the community of designers that we have and next makers that they have. Hopefully they take advantage of that to get this list of courses built out, because I think that's going to be paramount in having people play that career mode and enjoying it for longer periods of time. Daddy D says, am I going to like it? Yeah, you'll like it. Just get it. You'll be fine. It'll be probably hard at first because the game, especially for new people jumping in, isn't exactly easy, but you're a gamer. You'll enjoy it. It's also, from a content creation standpoint, it's actually a lot of fun too, just with like Divot Derby, Top Golf now, the multiplayer stuff that you can do, getting like lobbies around to play a round of golf. Divot Derby is going to be the big one. That's usually a lot of fun. I have a lot of fun with C-Mount for Life when he was doing the Divot Derby streams. I think he still does them, but he would just get a bunch of people around from the community and play Divot Derby. So that stuff's all a lot of fun. I think you'll like it. Take some of the money that you're not spending for the no money team and get PGA. How old were you when you went to your first concert?
One eternity later.
I was 10. I went to a Styx in Kansas concert, and it was absolutely phenomenal. Is Tiger going a 9 under every round on PGA career mode, winning by 15 shots, and going on to win the FedEx Cup with 17,000 points like Justin Thomas does in 2K21? Oh, that's really good. No, I've the rounds that I played through 6 tournaments in total, and there was a good dispersion of where golfers were finishing. If it wasn't me winning a tournament, a different golfer won each tournament every time. And points were actually spread out pretty well at the top and between the AI. Now, I know that G-Dog had a little bit more time in the career mode. He might be a better person to ask for that, so I will link his career video as well down in the description if you want to go over there and ask him too, because I know that he played through an entire season of my career during his time with the preview build. But from what I saw in the limited amount of tournaments I played, it was a lot better than it was in 2K21. A lot better. And you have settings to change it up too, if you would like. Well, the archetypes have me creating multiple golfers. Man, I wish. That was when I first saw in the gameplay with the archetypes and the attributes and everything, I'm like, ooh, hopefully they do what they do with like NBA 2K, where I can select multiple golfers or create multiple golfers instead of having to go through and change it out every time. But that is not the case. There aren't like multiple setups, kind of like how I wanted multiple bags in 2K21. You do not have that in 2K23 at all. Is this baseball? No, it's not. And thank God it's not MLB The Show. Can we import courses we made in 2K21? Again, didn't have access to the designer. I would be insanely surprised if you could not import courses from 2K21. Still in Unity, still the same engine. That would be crazy if they removed that option being on the same engine. So my guess, and I would say a safe bet, yes, you can import courses that you made from 2K21. How was the 3-click swing they added? So I'm going to have a couple of videos coming out playing 3-click on Master and on Legend. I would say during my time with the preview build, 3-click on Master was the best representation of golf that I played out on the course. It feels really good. It is difficult at first. I'm sure with time you'd become a lot better at it, but it just felt really good. The shot dispersion, the misses that you had, the way that you do the power, chipping, putting. I mean, it just all felt really good. I thoroughly enjoyed playing the 3-click on Master. Legend, a little crazy, but I think if you struggle with the analog, or if you're unable to use the analog, maybe you have problems with disabilities that make it so you can't use the analog, I think the 3-click will be a nice welcome to you to be able to actually play the game and enjoy it. And I think it is different enough from the classic 3-click that it is a welcome addition to 2K23. Are we able to fight Bob Barker in this one? God, I wish.
All right, let's go. Oh! You like that, old man? You want a piece of me?
I really hope that they add in, like, Happy Gilmore. I mean, I'm sure licensing for that would probably be absolutely insane. But how awesome would it be to add in Happy Gilmore to play as a golfer? Shit, add Bob Barker in. You can fight him. I can go out on the course as Happy Gilmore. I can punch him, and he can just turn around and kick the ever-living shit out of me.
Now you've had enough, bitch.
And finally, do the pros have unique swings in addition to stats and skills? They do. They all were referenced captured. I don't believe any of them were able to get motion captured, but they were reference captured, which means that they were looked at and then their swings were molded after what was seen in video. So they all have unique swings. Every single one of them have their unique swings. I noticed for drive shots, iron shots, pitch shots, some flop shots have a little bit different stances. The putting all looks very similar, but I mean, putting does look similar, so that I didn't see too much of a difference, but they do all have unique swings. They all have their own unique stats. They all have their own unique skills that they have selected. They have their own bag. That bag also has fittings attached to it, so that will boost up their skills as well. They all have all unique things about them, which makes playing them feel really good because it feels like you're playing a different golfer. And that is it. That's all the questions I got from last week. I have been answering a ton also in the comments and on Twitter and on Twitch. I mean, I've been answering as many questions as I possibly can across all the videos that we've released so far. There's a ton more videos coming. I just wanted to get this out here just to answer all the questions that we got from last week. Some things I haven't got to. Maybe somebody hasn't seen the content I've made already, and this is the first video that they see. So these are some of the questions that the community had for me from last week. Some of these will be answered also throughout the course of now to launch. There are videos coming out the whole time. And then when the launch happens, we'll be getting out tutorials, build guides, stuff like that. That'll all get out. We're going to have a lot more community stuff this time around. The Respawn's OnlyFans Society is making a comeback. I have some other ideas that I think you all will thoroughly enjoy. Need to be a part of the Discord to do that, so make sure to join the Discord down in the description. Tons more gameplay coming, though, for you all, so that you can see the game in action. But that's all she wrote for me today. Thank you for stopping by and watching this video. I greatly appreciate it. Leave a like on the video. If this was something that you enjoyed, helps the video out, helps with the algorithm, helps the channel, helps me. I'd greatly appreciate it if you did. Sub to the channel too if you're interested in 2K23 content, because there's going to be a lot coming. Comment down below any other questions that you have. I'll try to answer them to the best of my ability. Thanks for taking time out of your day to watch this. I hope you have a great rest of your morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you are in the world. And I will catch you on the next one.